Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel and the final episode in our bedroom makeover series. If you guys have missed the previous episode, we've already done so many things in this room. Last episode we focused on this whole area behind me. We did a DIY lamp, I made a headboard, and we also did a little pillow DIY. We also did some painting, redid some storage in our first episode. We've done so much to this room, and today we are finally going to be finishing it off. We have a few more things to do. I think I need to make like a list to make sure that I sort of finish everything that I want to finish for this video. But today we're going to be switching out some bedding. We're going to be doing some rearranging. I have a very special announcement of something that I am actually going to be launching is going to be available for you guys, and just the final touches, final decorating, styling pieces, stuff like that. So I am so excited to see it come together with you guys today. Like I said last episode, we kind of perfected this whole corner of the room with the headboard and the lamp. It's just a really cozy, inviting space. But part of the room that we haven't addressed is going to be over here. So what we're starting with over here on this side of the room is not something that I actually planned on doing for this makeover, but one of you guys commented it in one of my first episodes, and that's to switch around this desk and dresser area. And ever since someone mentioned it, I can't get it out of my head. I feel like I need to try it. It's just something in me just wants to switch it around and just see what it's gonna look like. So instead of making you guys watch me struggle to move these pieces of furniture because they are pretty substantial, we're just gonna do a little transition. It's gonna be very satisfying. It's gonna look something like this. And here we are. So that took me probably a little over an hour to do. We had to take out all the drawers and everything to make this a little bit lighter, move things around. I did hang up my pictures on the wall over here, and I want to get my new bedding on today, but before we do that, I do need to finish off this little section. I have a frame to go up at the top, and then I have a sconce for the bottom because I switched out my lamp. I love the lamp that we made last episode, but it is not as bright as my last lamp. So I wanted to bring in a little bit more cozy lighting over here. And when I redid my bathroom, Jaimela actually sent me 2 of these lights, so I have an extra one that we can put up on that wall. So it's gonna be perfect. So let's figure out how we want to do this. It's a little bit of a mess over here. I kind of just have everything sprawled out because I was moving things around. Not everything is in its final place just yet. So originally next to this sort of wall collage, this is just from Amazon. We got it so many years ago. I want to say there's a similar one on there right now that I can link down below for you, but I don't think it's the same one. I also did a DIY version with like some really big, like thick sticks, or you could even make it with just like scrap wood too. It's a pretty easy project. But basically I had these 2 frames. I had this one and this one. I believe they're both from Hobby Lobby from a long time ago. This one isn't really my vibe anymore. I do want to hold on to it because it's in such good quality, good condition. I don't know. I feel like this is something that would be really cute in like a nursery or a little kid's room. So if I ever want to use that in the future or gift it to somebody, I always have that option. But I love this frame. I feel like it still goes with the rest of the room. So I think this is going to go here, and my sconce is going to go right here. That way when I'm sitting at my desk, I can easily access it and not necessarily have to stand up. And just visual wise, I feel like that will look better. So let's get this sconce opened up. That way I can sort of map it out on the wall and just sort of see how I want different heights. now let's turn our attention to our bedding situation, and I am so excited because for this portion of today's video I am partnering with Puredown, and I actually partnered with them a couple years back. It's the comforter that I used to have on here, and I was so excited when they reached out and they asked to send me a cotton bundle that comes with sheets, a couple pillows, as well as a comforter. So if you haven't heard of Puredown, they're basically just a luxury bedding brand. They have lots of different styles to choose from, and they're just really high quality and very well made as well. I was extra excited when they mentioned that they wanted to send me a comforter that was completely coated in cotton, because cotton is just a very breathable, nice feeling fabric. And not to mention, organic cotton is more than just an ethical choice. When you purchase organic cotton products, you're helping make the planet a healthier place. So in the upcoming new year, get cozy under the natural and organic coziness that's better for you as well as our planet. Like I said, this bundle comes with everything you need: sheets, pillows, as well as a comforter. The pillow inserts are actually down inserts, so I actually believe they are going to be a choppable pillow, which is really fun. And for the sheets, I got just a pure white color, and then the comforter I decided to switch up a little bit to an off-white. I think it's going to add some nice dimension to the bed and give it a little bit of color. Still keep it light and bright, but it's not pure white. I always love opening up these like vacuum sealed pillows because they like triple in size. Moment of truth. Let's see if they chop. Oh, that's so satisfying. Maybe I went a little. There we go. I went a little hard. So pretty. I felt like my bed definitely needed a refresh, and getting some new sheets, pillows, as well as a comforter was definitely the way to go. It doesn't look too different, but I think it just elevates it so much, especially the pillows. I love how they chop, and they're just such high quality feather pillows. The comforter is nice and lightweight as well. It's good for the planet. Everything is a little wrinkly right now. I am going to throw it in the wash. All of this is machine washable, which I also really love, and you guys will sort of see the final reveal at the end of this video. But if you guys are interested in checking out some of this bedding for yourself, I will leave a link in the description box down below, and also link this exact set. Again, thank you to Puredown for partnering with me on today's video and helping me give my room and just my bed a really nice refresh for the new year. Good morning, you guys. It is the final day of working on this room and doing the final reveal for you guys. The whole entire styled room from start to finish. There is lots to do today. We have to make up the bed, we have to hang some artwork, we have to do some final styling touches, and I'm gonna give you guys again a full tour, the full before and after. So let's get started with the bed behind me. As you guys saw, I just put the comforter on. Everything is completely washed now. Also, I have been able to use this comforter as well as the sheets and the pillows for a few days now, and I absolutely love them. Especially the sheets, they're almost like a silky texture, so I really love sleeping with them. I feel like it's a really nice sort of cooling situation, because personally I sleep on the warmer side, so I just love having that sort of silky cooling texture. So if you're wondering on my review on this comforter set, I love it, highly recommend. But let's get this bed put together. I have a few fun elements to add some texture to this, and also just make it look very luxurious. So like I said, we have our comforter here. I think it looks really pretty just like this, but I've seen people sort of fold back their comforter a little bit to sort of reveal the sheets. This would also be a really fun detail to do if you have like a patterned sheet, just to add a little bit of texture. So to sort of make room for the pillows, I'm just gonna fold this back a little bit. So I think the secret to making any bed look luxurious is to add a bunch of pillows. So we're gonna start with these down pillows that Puredown sent me. I actually really love these. They almost feel like memory foam. They're very supportive, and these are just gonna be a wonderful base to add, and they just chop so well. Next up, I just have a few other pillows. These are all pillows that I made. I made these quite a few years ago, probably almost a decade ago. These are just some old pillows, so these ones aren't going to chop as well as the down inserts, but they do have a little bit of a different pattern on them, and they're just going to add a little bit of texture as well as some layering here. And lastly, to our pillow situation, I'm going to add this pillow. We made this last episode. I did some like embroidery stitching on the sides just to give it some interest. This one I can get to chop because it's soft enough, but it doesn't chop as well as the other ones. So this one is just going to go right in the front, and it sort of adds that pop of color as well. So to the end of the bed, I really wanted to add some texture as well as some color. It's very light and bright, so I want to add a little bit of dimension, and again, just a pop of color to sort of go with the rest of the room, and also add a little bit of warmth. So first off, I have this blanket, and essentially it just has this really pretty sort of waffle pattern on it. That's where we're going to sort of bring in that texture. So I'm going to open this up. I think I want to put this down first and then add our warmth on top. And then to add in some warmth, I'm going to use this blanket. This is just one of those tie fleece blankets. I use this all the time, especially during the winter, because it's very warm. And I just think bringing this color to this bed is going to be perfect. It sort of ties into the wicker that we have on the wall. And again, just adds a little bit of warmth. This room is really starting to come together, but as I'm sort of looking around the room, we definitely need some artwork. And you may notice that I have a screw here in the wall where an old piece of artwork used to be. So I have a new piece that I want to add. And this also brings me to my big announcement. As you guys are watching this video, this is currently live. They are currently available for you to purchase for just a few dollars. I decided to start selling my artwork on Etsy. Basically, it's all digital prints. I did 3 just to start off. I'm hoping that I can make more, as I of course am making paintings for all around our home. But when I tell you I am so obsessed with all of these paintings, I truly mean it. I really took my time and wanted to make some meaningful, fun pieces, and I also wanted to make all of them look pretty different as well. So the one I'm going to be hanging in this section is called Simply Peony. Peonies are one of my favorite flowers. I just really love all the layers. It's just very elegant, very feminine. It's just so beautiful. So I decided to start this one with a very moody background, and then I have the peonies on top. And for mine specifically, obviously for the actual paintings, I did make some frames with the leftover trim that I had, and I just used the miter box. These aren't the best frames in the world, so if you do get a close look at them, obviously I'm not a professional at making frames, and this was my first go at it. So I learned that the miter box works really well for trim pieces like this. The other two I'm going to show you in a second here, I use more of like a thick, very heavy wood, and that was a bit harder. But I think this is so pretty. The dark background I think is going to look really pretty over here and really add some depth and really fill up this space perfectly. Continuing on with all of our art, I wanted to turn my attention to above this dresser. There is quite a bit of space between the top of this dresser and the ceiling. It's a good about like 4 feet or so, and I wanted to make something really big scale that was going to sort of fill this up. And then I have another painting that I want to lean up against it, but the one that's going to be going on the wall is this one. So this painting is called In the Garden. I chose this name because it sort of reminded me of something that Michelangelo would make, specifically the creation of Adam. I feel like the texture in the background really gives that vibe. So sort of as a nod to Adam and Eve, I named it In the Garden. And this is just really pretty if you like something very rustic but very natural feeling, something to bring some warmth to your space as well. It's very whimsical, gives that very ethereal vibe. So I'm going to style that behind me. I have a few different things up there that aren't in their final places. We're going to sort of move some things around, but I believe I'm going to end up hanging this one up. And lastly, but most certainly not least, I wanted to make something also a little bit more nature inspired, but with a lot of green. I really specifically in this room wanted to bring some more green over to this area because this painting does have a little bit of green, but it's really not obvious. So I made this cute little painting. This one is called English Countryside. That's just what it reminded me of. Again, lots of green, lots of landscape, and lots of texture. The other two are rectangle prints, and this one is just this really cute square print. Of course, you could crop either of these to be a square print if that's what you need, but this one is already a square. Super beautiful. This one I'm just gonna lean right against the one we just hung up. It'll add some dimension with a different shape and also that pop of color that we're needing. Something that I also try to keep in mind when making these prints is I really wanted them to go well together. So if you want to make like a fun gallery wall, or you want to display 3 different prints on the same wall, they all look so beautiful together. They all have very similar undertones and just complement one another. But I am just so happy with how they turned out. If you are interested in purchasing some for yourself, I do have an Etsy shop now. It is called Prints by Brooke Ava. I will have it linked in the description box down below. Basically, you purchase them and you will be given the digital file to download, and then you can size it to whatever size you'd like, crop it, and print it to wherever you would like. So again, I will have them linked in the description box down below. I'm really excited for you guys to finally have your hands on these. They were just so fun to make. Lots of fun, hard work was put into them. So this little area is all styled for now. We have one more spot to hit before we do the final reveal. And that area is our desk area. This is definitely the spot of the room that is the least put together at the moment. It's sort of the catch-all as I've been sort of going around this room doing different things. The reason I'm on the floor is because we are going to be addressing these sort of like open shelves. This whole entire area for the most part is going to stay very similar. The main thing that we actually are going to be doing in the future is changing out this chair. So I got this desk chair, I believe, like last February. It was for my birthday from my parents, and I believe I got it from Walmart. It truly is not the best quality office chair. If you just sit at a desk occasionally, I feel like this could definitely work for you, but I do school here. I do all of my editing here for photos and videos. Literally everything, I use this desk every single day. And I've sort of been having like neck issues, headache issues. I've been going to the chiropractor and things, and we just figured we should probably invest in something a bit higher quality. We are going to be changing this out. I'll pop up a picture of the one that I'm considering. At the moment, it's sort of like a khaki leather material. It has a nice thick cushion. It goes up a bit higher than this one. I think it's gonna go with the warmth that we have in this room and the wood tones, but we are going to be doing that eventually. This really doesn't match anything right now because it's gray and we don't have any gray in here anymore. We have that, and I usually have a blanket or something that I usually use when I sit here, so I just have like this really pretty textured one that I always just drape over the back. But like I said, I just want to take some time to simplify the shelves, simplify the actual work surface. That way it sort of goes with a more minimal clean style that we have going on through the rest of the room, and from there we are pretty much done. Alright you guys, that is going to wrap up today's final episode of my bedroom makeover. I am beyond happy with how this all turned out. We were able to stay around the $120 range, and this room just looks so different. It's cozy, it's inviting. We really made this small space feel big and spacious, and it's just perfect to start off this new year with a nice refreshed bedroom. Speaking of which, I wanted to say thank you again to Puredown for partnering with me on today's video and helping me give my bed a much needed refresh. I'm really enjoying the cotton set. If you guys want to check that out, I will have that linked down below for you. And again, if you wanted to purchase any of the Etsy prints that I made, make sure you also check out that link in the description box down below. Let me know which one is your favorite if you ordered one yourself, and I hope you love them as much as I do. Thank you guys so much for spending some time with me on my channel today. I hope you guys are having a great end to your 2024. You're gearing up for 2025, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye you guys.